Evolving in my spiritual path, trying to figure out how to best convey what it is that I'm able to do, which is be a messenger of Source, God, Allah, if you will. Doesn't matter what religious background, spiritual background you have. Um, it is hard to ignore what is going on. Number one, it is so hard to ignore it. Definitely being a person of color, a African American woman, also someone who's biracial, also someone who is raising a young man, a young black man in this world, and even more so, raising not only a young black man, but a young black man with autism. So, the constructs of the multitude of layers of things to, think of in terms of life, you just can't ignore. So I don't always do this. I will continue to do more of this and find a better outlet and avenue for me to be able to share what the hell does come through this telepathic portal of mine. And I'm just gonna put it out the way it is. One, people who are spiritually awakened. One, I'm not the only one. Two, people who are spiritually, have some sort of clairvoyance. I'm not the only one. People trying to reach this level of awakening. You could say ascension. I'm not the only one. I don't follow too many people, I must say that. And I will say from my own experience, authenticity has been at the forefront. Meaning, what does that mean? That means that I'm willing to not only learn, access, but also apply all of the things to my own life that I am sharing with all of you. Things that I've shared in my own personal private readings, things that I share with my fitness clients, things that I share with my friends, things that I've shared even with my own father. And with that being said, there's a lot of information that gets skewed when ego is involved. In order to be of love and light, you have to know how to navigate your own internal world, and then try to figure out how to impact the world. So I will share this. These are messages that have come. I don't write everything down. Sometimes I do get a paper here and there and jot it down. So this is what came. These are not my words. This is words of Source. I'm just a conduit, and I want to share because, when you don't know what else to fucking do in the state of true urgency and need for change, you have to be able to dig in a crate and try to figure out what is that best avenue to try to help impact, inspire, and try to get everybody on a different awakened path. This is what came. The abolition of slavery. It was about making a deal, not about individual freedom. For one to abolish slavery, in its entirety, one must abolish slavery beliefs and concepts, thus paving the way for a new world in its complete entirety. On every possible level, in every facet, there can possibly be, meaning there's no tiptoe, there's no gray area, there's none of that. You are truly trying to make a shift. Egotism is man's kryptonite. Fascism is wrapped in inferiority, meaning people who project this type of concept, mindset, belief, it is like deep rooted in the discord that they have within themselves. There is an evolution among us. And I'm not Christian, but what did come after that was referred to the Book of Psalms. So if you guys are Christian, you know the Bible, perhaps you know whatever passage is in that. It says, evolution is here, and we will rise to the occasion. So what does that mean? It means that there is this spiritual ascendance, if you will, onto all of us. And it goes on to say, we want to bless and guide all of you and those who are seeking tenure into the promised land to be given the platform to rise up. Again, I am not Christian. These words are not mine. But in some way, there is a sense of authenticity in it. Because what is it saying? There's a revolution happening. There is a state of evolution happening, but one has to be able to seek. And if one is seeking, source, higher realm, God, Jesus, whatever it is that you identify with will be there to be able to guide all of whom are seeking. And I will leave you with this. And I'm just somebody who was born in East Oakland. So let's put it like that. I'm somebody who was born and raised in California, who used to be a hip hop artist, write songs, poetry, all of these different, all in a nutshell. I'm somebody who has always had big dreams of all of the grandioso creativity, artistic outlet for myself, because I truly have that in my DNA. But also in my DNA is the internal mission to want to help. And now we're here. So on April 4th, 2020, this is what came. There is something coming in the winds for all of you. You must brace and embrace these changes. And that was April. Here we are. If you've been following me for a long time, you know that a lot of things that I have said all of 2019, all of the end of 2018, and of course being consistent with this year, what has come for the quote unquote collective, what has come for humanity is everyone's going to shift. Everyone's going to need to embrace this new change, because when this change happens for each and every one of us, and it doesn't matter if you are in poverty or the 1%er, there's going to be a swift, complete overhaul, and it is what you do internally, what you do and how you're impacting, that is going to set the precedence of where things settle into once you're in that spiritual shift and alignment. This is not by chance. Nothing in this life is by chance. I think we are all given these grandiose opportunities to, I hate this quote that has been going around in terms of this pandemic and coronavirus, but like meet the moment. But what does it mean? Can you muster up enough courage to speak on injustices? Can you speak on enough courage to wield yourself in a particular light? Because nothing is by chance. I didn't stumble into this. I was guided into being able to share true information. So that in itself is, I'm just mind blown. I'm mind blown by the information that I get. I'm mind blown by the information that is produced out there. And I'm a simple chick with grandiose ideas, like I said. I don't have the platform like, let's say, a TI, but I will tell you, as much as I can speak on what does come, what is shared with me in my own bubble of awakening. I want to be able to help inspire the masses as best as possible. So that is what it is. I'll probably do this live again just because there were so many, connection issues. So I cried before this, guys. I'm not even going to lie, because, at a certain point, you have to ask yourself, not when are we going to kind of talk about something else because, you're tired of seeing it. We're so conditioned. But like, what is going to be the true outcome of absolute change? Not like a simmer of a change, but what is going to absolutely, undoubtedly be different? Because all throughout my life, and maybe I just kind of like loved history, not studying so much history, but like conversations. I remember on many occasions asking myself, I just kind of want to walk up to, an older white person, older Black person, and just say, what was it like for you when you saw what was going on in the 50s and 60s? Like, share with me what that was like, because how did it impact you internally? Were you close to it? Did you see it? And I've had wild conversations with elders, but here we are in this very unfortunate time, witnessing history again. And that tells you that nothing has changed. It tells you nothing has changed. And, you know, it's unfortunate because we should be so much more advanced in the technology sense, compassion sense, unity sense, even within ourselves, self-governing sense, intellectual sense of appreciation for another human being, no matter their, you know, religious background, origin, sexual orientation, or anything like that. We are supposed to embrace all, because all of that shit is here. There is no one size fits all. There is no superior, inferior. There's none of that. And, you know, it's just wild. So